Hi, good morning Lancer. My name is Emily Dench. I'm your invigilator for the OET-speaking session on the 2nd of August 2020. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning. I'm good. Thank you for asking. How about you?
Well, I'm great. Can you tell me your full name for the record, please?
My full name is Lancer Robert.
And what is your candidate number, please?
My candidate number is 245531212.
Thank you. And you are taking this test as a nurse? Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. Can I see your ID, please?
Sure. Here it is.
Thank you. So let's start with warm-up questions. The warm-up questions are not assessed and are a chance for us to get used to each other's voices. We'll just talk for 2 to 3 minutes.
All right.
How do you deal with emergencies?
A while back, I worked through an outbreak of digestive issues at a hospital. I was involved in a team that analyzed the outbreak. Together, we were able to analyze the pattern of symptoms and come up with a plan to disinfect all the affected areas. Eventually, this contributed to the overall efforts in the county to stop the spread of this illness. I am really proud of how we handled the outbreak and resolved it.
What do you do when your opinion is asked outside of work?
My best friend would often come to me to ask questions about the migraines she was having every year around the same time in the spring. While I suspected an allergy was the cause, I asked my friend to book an appointment with one of the allergologists at the practice I worked at. I stressed to her that my opinion would be less qualified than that of a specialist, who is also in the right setting, to conduct tests to confirm their diagnosis.
What do you find the best part of being a nurse?
The best part of being a nurse is doing the job itself. It's a highly rewarding career in which I can directly help the people who need help the most, namely those who are in pain, or have some difficulty in their lives. Being there for both patients and their families is a great feeling that I can't think can be likened to anything else. The best part of it is that I'm doing something I love, and I get paid for it. I wouldn't exchange it for anything in the world.
Tell me about a time when you had to handle a conflict at work.
One of my new colleagues at a former facility I worked in had trouble leaving clear information about what happened to each patient during her shift. Many times, I'd start my shift with very little or incomplete information about what had been done during the previous shift. This was not only frustrating, but potentially also dangerous for the patients. I showed up for my shift early and directly, but politely told my colleague that this couldn't continue. After our conversation, she was able to leave complete and clear notes about her work, and both our work improved.
What is the most difficult part of nursing?
The physicality of the job is the most difficult part of nursing for me. Some shifts, I have to be on my feet the entire time, and barely have time for a bathroom break. I also have to lift patients, which can be hard on my back. To stay on top of it, I make sure that I eat healthy meals and exercise every week.
Great. Thank you very much for sharing that. So, let's move on to role play now. I'll take the part of the patients, or perhaps a relative, and you'll take your professional role. The purpose of the role play is to get evidence of your ability to communicate effectively with patients. Use your ability to fulfill as much of the role play as possible. Do you have any questions?
No.
You have up to 3 minutes to prepare the role play. You will start the role play after that time. I'll let you know when 3 minutes are up. You can ask me if there's anything you are not sure about, and you can make notes on the role play card if you want to. Here's a pencil for making notes.
Thank you.
You can look at the card during the test, but you must return it to me at the end of the test. Please start preparing now. Thank you. Your preparation time is over, now you can start your role play. Don't worry if I stop you when the time is up.
Good morning, my name is Lancer Robert, I am a registered nurse working in this unit. May I know why you requested to see me?
Hi nurse, I am here to see my mother, and I found that you were checking on her. So could you please tell me how she is doing?
All right, for my better communication, may I know your mother's name please?
Yes, my mother's name is Emma Dench.
Oh, I see. And how may I call you?
I am Emily Dench, you can call me Emily.
Thank you, Emily, for the confirmation. I could say that your mother is showing some positive signs, and it has been identified that she is in her first stage of recovery.
Okay.
Currently, her vital statistics are stable, and she started with some slight improvement in her mobility. Are you happy about it?
Yes, nurse, I am extremely happy.
Yes, I can see that happiness from your face.
Yes, nurse.
These are positive signs, and be optimistic about her recovery.
Of course, nurse.
On the other hand, I am sorry to inform you that her speech and memory capabilities are still impaired.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Well, Emily, I would like to know your opinion on your mother's condition since the day of admission. Can you please convey it in your own words?
Sure, I identified that she is making some slight movements, and her condition has improved significantly from the time of admission.
Great, thank you for the information. Now, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I really would like to visit my mother every day. Therefore, I want to make sure that it won't disturb or tire her out.
Don't worry about your visits, Emily. I can emphasize that regular contact with family members can lift the mood and energize your mother. It may also help her to pass time and to establish a routine during her hospital stay.
Great to know that.
Perhaps, Emily, it is important to follow some visiting regulations.
Visiting regulation? Could you please explain it to me?
Sure, it is my pleasure. During visiting hours, only 2 visitors are allowed at a time, to avoid unnecessary noise, and also to eliminate confusion. I believe you understand the necessity of the rule.
Yes, definitely.
Moreover, no visitors are allowed during food time and treatment time.
I will make sure I won't do that, nurse.
Nice to hear. At the same time, I can also give you some recommendations to be followed.
Okay, you may please.
It is always better to visit your mother for short durations, and avoid lengthy conversations. Meanwhile, you should always keep watch for the signs of tiredness.
Sure, nurse, I will be aware about that, and check for my mother, whether she seems tired.
Good, Emily. By the way, do you have any queries?
Nurse, I feel really down these days, when I think of my mother. When I saw her yesterday, I felt helpless, as I could not do anything to help her out.
I realize your situation. Being a daughter, it is hard to take in. But, I reassure you that you can help your mother with mobility and exercises together, encourage her to do activities, and help her to recollect memories by bringing some personal things in. Are you getting my point?
Oh, yes. Now I feel some confidence.
Glad to know that.
Nurse, can I mobilize her out of the unit when I come next time? So that she can enjoy some natural light and fresh air.
I acknowledge your thoughts. Unfortunately, you cannot. Right now, your mother is under continuous monitoring by nursing staff. Along with that, your mother's strength, mobility, and orientation need to be improved. Until then, she cannot mobilize out of her unit.
I understand your words. And I believe that she can leave the ward soon.
Yes, Emily, as I mentioned earlier, she started with some signs of recovery, and hopefully, she will be out of the ward soon.
Thank you, nurse, for your encouraging words.
It is my pleasure, and I hope I have clarified all your concerns.
Yes, thank you.
You are welcome. Please feel free to contact us for any queries. I wish your mother a speedy recovery.
Thank you. And that is the end of your OET-speaking roleplay. All the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please like this video and encourage us.
subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Kindly comment your suggestions and help us do better.